Some mornings, the sunrises here are almost too much to handle. Okay, come on. Say goodbye. Come on. Let's go. Come on. In the boat. Okay, up. Come on. Come on. Up, up. Good boy. Good dog. We decided we were done with the normal life and set out to turn our lives into an adventure. This is our story. The good, the bad, and the crazy. Join us as we sail, explore, and share our mistakes along the way. Welcome to the Wayward Life. Where you going away to? So this week we are just getting the boat ready to be listed with a broker because we are selling Nordic V. It hasn't been an easy decision because, as you guys have watched, we put a crap ton of work into this boat. But there's one particular deal breaker that we were unaware of when we bought the boat, and that is that she is cored all the way to the keel. When we bought her, we were told that she was only cored to the waterline, and that meant that she would have been solid glass below the waterline, which means that she's a lot stronger when it comes to like running into things than what she actually is. We could get into all the reasons that was missed when we had a survey done and whatever else, but what it comes down to is we are planning on sailing into some really remote areas, some areas with ice, and we don't feel safe having a cord boat. So we are in the process of buying a steel boat that is blue water worthy and that isn't cored. So so anyway, we're listing Nordic V. So there's some projects that we need to get finished before we list her, and that's what we're working on this week. By the time this comes out, the boat should be listed, so I will be adding a link below for the listing if you're interested. And then the boat search for a boat that isn't cored shall begin. So I know that a lot of people say that steel boats are not the way to go, and we very much understand the logic behind that. They are a lot of work, a lot of maintenance, and there is always the worry of rusting through. But both of us also happen to have pretty decent mild steel welding skills. We both know how to fabricate, and we just generally prefer to be in steel. We feel a lot safer in steel than in fiberglass for whatever reason. We spent more than 2 months this summer working with fiberglass, and we just don't want to ever do it again. So you gotta find what works for you, right? And that's what we've determined is gonna work for us. So that's what our search has led us to.
It's so sunny today that we're actually getting solar.
Woot woot!
Not very much. 0.6 amps. But it's something.
Definitely better than it's been.
Yeah. At 13.3 volts.
And Logan just rewired the solar so that it actually works. Because when we got the boat, things weren't wired properly, and we thought we were getting solar, but we weren't when we were in the lagoon.
We weren't getting anything.
So this is exciting. The systems are actually working. A little bit. 0.5 amps worth of working. But again, it's not bad, because the sun does not get very high here in the wintertime, so it's hard to get solar. So anything is nice.
So when Sid was here last, he helped me make, well, Sid made the template up for this. And we put in 2 new shelves, and then this pantry face here. This is not done.
No.
It is awful looking right now. And it's going to be sanded down, faired, and painted. Painted, faired, and then painted again, I guess. It's going to be lots of steps. But then this will all be painted the same white as we did.
Both the heads.
Yeah, in both of the heads. As well as this wall here. And while we're at it, we are going to repair this. We've already started by making plugs and then epoxying them in, because we don't need all these holes going into the engine room. So then I just have these smaller ones to fill. And this guy here, we removed a switch panel, I guess, that wasn't being used, and it was not really a marine grade one. It was kind of rusty and there wasn't anything going to it. It was weird, and it interfered with the cover, so we did that. And this will be painted white, and this and that, and the boat will look that much better.
Yay! The painting project involved a lot of taping, as we weren't about to pull all the wood trim off and redo it. First we sanded, then we acetoned, and then we painted 2 coats on. And Logan fared behind the stairs as it was a mess. Product, ignoring the fact that the whole thing is messy. It's one thing done. That we've been wanting to do since we bought the boat, so that's exciting. And we are just getting ready to move a bunch of our stuff off. We're heading to Logan's parents for Christmas because we've been like back and forth with them for the last 1.5 years, so yeah. Broker's coming today, and then hopefully we'll move the boat to Victoria and sell it there. We had a wet Christmas and ended up staying longer than we initially wanted to because it rained, and then it rained, and then it rained some more. What you doing there, Logadine? And we also enjoyed the magic that the rain brought to the forest. Pouring rain, but it is magical out here. And looks like a couple of trees fell. We've had a bit of wind. Not like an absolute ton. We're supposed to be getting more this week, but I guess it's enough to knock some good trees down.
Oh yeah, look at the river. Look at the color of the water.
Whoopsies. Are you gonna move it?
Buddy, where are you going?
Where are you going?
Max, I don't think so.
Yeah, you can see there's a huge rock right below us. It's going over the rock and creating a hole.
But we're finally back on the boat. Woo. Took a few extra days for our like Christmas holiday break, but yeah, we're back here now. We're getting all of our stuff off so that we can move the boat down in 2 days. So we're in Campbell River and we're moving it down to Mill Bay, which is about 100 nautical miles from here. So we're going to try to do it in 2 to 3 days. The reason that we're not leaving tomorrow is that we have a storm coming in that's part of this like ridiculously low pressure system. It's like one of the lowest low pressures ever on record. So it's supposed to be blowing, I think, almost 50 knots. Potentially. It's supposed to be sustained between like 37 and 47 knots tomorrow. So it's going to be hectic. So we're not leaving in that. But Wednesday, Thursday is supposed to be pretty much dead calm. So we're going to try to get out of here and head south. And then we're leaving the boat in Mill Bay, where it's being listed with the broker. So we're moving off of it, moving into Logan's parents' place for hopefully not very long. We're hoping we can get a new boat fast. And yeah. Got anything to say?
Nope. I sure will be glad to stop doing boat projects, and hopefully when our boat sells, it's gonna give us enough money to get another boat. We have our eye on one.
Yep.
And hopefully it works out. But that's all in the future, I guess.
So fingers crossed this boat sells fast, and if you guys want it, we'll put a link below to the ad. So yeah, anyway. So we will continue to organize
and clean and repair the last few things that we need to repair.
Yeah. Well, it is 8:30 right now. The storm that we are having is supposed to keep building till like 4 o'clock or something. We're already getting over 30 knot gusts. So that ding, that means that's a 30 knot gust. The wind prediction services were saying 2 days ago anyway that we were supposed to see, I think it was like 35 to 45 knots sustained winds. So I think it's been downgraded since then, but we're still supposed to be getting, I don't know, pretty good gusts today, so woo! It's gonna be a long day on the boat. Yeah, so we're just finishing up some projects, getting the boat ready to go, because we're supposed to be leaving tomorrow, as it is supposed to die by this afternoon, so fingers crossed the prediction stands as they say and we can actually safely leave. We did see the high winds that they forecasted, for hours in fact. It blew above 30 from about 2 p.m. till 7 p.m. when it finally started to die down. The boat was heeled over as far as it could go on the dock, and we unlocked the gimbaled stove for cooking. We went for a walk to see how crazy the wind was outside of the breakwater. One boat even tried to run away from the dock. It took 3 marina workers to get it somewhat of the way back on. When we came back from our walk, they had a quad out on the dock to pull the boat back in the rest of the way. Well, it's the morning after the storm, and as you can see, the weather is very different today. So we were attempting to leave today to get to Mill Bay, but the forecast changed on us, and although it looks like it's dead calm here, it's supposed to be blowing like 14, 15 knots in the strait. It doesn't sound like much, but it's going to be right on our nose, and also usually when it says 14, 15 knots, by the time we get to where we're trying to go, it's closer to 20, and there's quite a few like converging tides and stuff around there that make it pretty gnarly. There's like an acceleration zone of wind between two islands, so and there's absolutely nowhere to go in between here and one of the bays that we're trying to get to. So we just decided that it would be smarter and more responsible to not leave today. The 2 days after that we'd also need to travel would be the same situation, so it just didn't seem smart to leave. And we do have like at least 2 more weeks to figure that out. So we're hoping that within the next 2 weeks we get another weather window. Other than that, today we're just relaxing, enjoying the sunshine. Feels good. And prepping the boat even more for traveling because we weren't quite ready anyway. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So hopefully next week when we catch up with you guys again, we'll actually be on our way. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and liking our videos. And a special thanks to our patrons for that extra bit of support.